Well, hopefully you guys have got your coffee and you got 10 minutes so we can just see what old G RAThbun's up to today. Well, good morning, guys. Hey, today's video is going to be a bunch of videos put together that I made showing how to make that table. There's some things I didn't show in this upcoming video because it's real long. I didn't show you this part. That's it. I just took my yardstick, stuck that right there, so I got a measurement right here. The paper roll will be on there, all the plug-ins will be on there. The table saw sled is not on there, and that's not on there, but most of this stuff will be in the next video. And it's quite long, but some of you may want to just kick back and watch the whole video, or watch it in parts. Or you can pull up each part that I'm showing you in a playlist that is named right here. See that name right there? Yep, that's what it's called. That's the playlist. Go check it out if you don't want to watch this whole one. Well, we're going to start this video where the last one ended, in the rat's nest. Well, you remember me showing you this here was heavy. It's going to be very heavy. So what I think I've come up with a plan, because it seems like nobody wants to help me over here, and that's okay. I'm going to put this together by myself. We got all the parts and pieces cut. So I'm hoping that what I'm getting ready to show you guys will work. I'm going to high speed it, and I'm going to put on some music so I can boogie out. So there won't be any sound with this, just a lot of good action here. So let's get it going on this bench. Should be cool. Well, guys, I was going to speed that up, but it took me all afternoon to build this thing. So this is what it is. I'm still putting a few screws in it here and there. Trust me, when I build something, it don't come apart. It is screwed and glued, every joint. And these are not, I'm using some screws, guys. Those are some screws. It ain't coming apart. But I got the wheel done, you see that underneath it. And finishing up right here. And that's all I'm going to do, I think. I got to put sheathing in here, sheathing up here, and I'm going to put a brace through the middle. I don't know how big my sheathing is. I'm making this all out of scrap stuff. And the price of lumber, this is gold. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to just cut that tape right there. I'll take maybe some pictures. Put one more screw in. Give you a close-up. I still got to do some more screwing. Let me bring the camera over here and give you a close-up of what's going on. All right. What we got going on here is I wanted double legs. I was going to use a 2x4, but a 2x4 I don't have, and they're expensive. I went over there, it cost me 20 bucks for one. So I had this, so I doubled it up. And what we've done is one leg runs all the way down to here, all the way through. Now this one here, it's braced up and glued against that one. That will work great. And we've done that all the way around. Yeah, it's not perfect lumber because it was tossed away by my builder. I'm keeping it, and I'm using it. Now this sticks out a long ways, you think, but that's 8 foot from there down to there. Well, you'll see. Hang in here, guys. I'm going to go back. What today I'm doing is I'm going to build a floor here for this part. This will be the bench in there. I may have put a brace across it. That's okay if I do. I got one over there already cut. Anyway, I'm going to finish that off. I'm using scraps, as I told you. The most expensive thing on this is the plywood I had to buy for the top. And the rest of it, we scrounged up everything. Well, the wheels, had to buy the wheels. But I think you're going to like the way this is going to turn out when I get it done. So anyway, I'm going to get busy here, and then I'll show you a little further down the road on it. Work, work, work. This is what I got done today, part of it. This is how this is going to work. You get the idea now? Yeah, I built that so it'll slide right over my motorcycle trailer, motorcycle lift. So, I'm not wasting any space. Yeah, unless I'm working on the bike. Then I just move that off to the side and work on the bike. But I can also lift this thing up. If I wanted to lift this up in the air for any stupid reason, it fits right over the whole thing, rolls right on it. Like so, it's a tight fit. I make things right. But anyway, that's how that's going to work. And then you're asking, why are these out here? It ain't a wheelbarrow. No, no, no. You'll have to wait and see on that. Trust me, I got a what do you call it? A reason to my madness. Let's see what we got going on here today. Let's get on it. Get on it. Okay, guys, we got it sanded down. And I could have used a router and went around it, but this is plywood. And it could splinter and all that, so I just used the sander, wherever the sander is. It's around here somewhere. I used a belt sander just around the edges so I don't get splinters or something. They're all rounded, both top and bottom. There's the sander. I just used a belt sander. I'll do the same thing to this piece, and I'll show you what I'm going to do there. But I'm going to get this all squared up on here, and then I think I'm just going to nail it down, like I said, with some finish nails I got. That way they're not sticking up. If I got them, I'll have to look and see if I still got all that stuff. But there we go, another little scene there. Minute long, I guess that's all there is to it. Well, the good thing about using a finish nailer, it's a finish nailer. We won't even be able to hardly see those. They ain't going to catch nothing on it when you slide your wood on it or anything. Spanky called me. He's got something he wants me to put on there, on the top of there, before I stain it. I don't know if I'm going to stain the whole thing or not. I think about just staining the top of it and then painting the bottom of it white or something. But time will tell. Anyway, that's done. Now I'm going to start on that other piece over there. Next clip, we'll show it. I got to take a little break. Charlie Blood called me. Always good to hear from him. He got not a brand new, but a new to him RV. Sounds awesome. It's a motorhome. He's going to come and see us pretty soon. And that's why I'm getting that pad ready down back there for him to be able to come over and plug into my electricity and such. Well, this is what we're doing right now. I wanted to show you this step of it. You see down through there, there's a little hole. That's where the sawdust comes down. And I usually catch it I made me a little box. It catches it and it gets full. Well, I'm going to make something different here, but I wanted to know where the hole was, and that's where the hole is. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I can't show you right now. The next scene will show you what I'm going to do, because I got to go find what I'm needing. All right, hang in here. We'll be right back. Trust me, it didn't take just a flash for me to get to this next project. It took me about 15 minutes to find my bucket. But anyway, here's what we're going to do. That little hole right there. Well, this bucket's going to go over it, hopefully. I got to measure everything yet, make sure. That's the plan. The bucket's going to slide there. I'll put some rails so this slides in and out, catches all my sawdust. So that's the plan. Let's see if it'll work. Hang in here. I'll be right back. Well, my sweet wife brought me out a sandwich. Good thing about being hooked to the house. Hey, well, I got a nice little saber saw here. But my tools were all stored at my nephew's, and he decided he wanted to organize. Anyway, I can't find a blade for that, so I had to use this Sawzall. You ever tried to cut a circle with a Sawzall? It don't come out too good. It comes out good enough, nobody's ever going to see it. But what does this remind you of? I'm just going to leave that right there. Yep. There's a hole. Yeah. Think about it. Well, sandwich is gone. Still working on them chips. But I wanted to show you what we got going on here. Okay, this is what we've done to a piece of wood. Put it on the old table saw. I got to clean this one up yet. These are glued and screwed. My father had been passed away a long time ago, but he always told me glue and nails are cheap when you're building. And they're not as cheap as they once was, but I always glue and screw or nail. And here's how this is going to work. This last piece goes up here. Probably don't need it, but I'm going to put it right there anyway, somewhere up there. We'll know in a minute. All right, this just slides underneath the, you'll see it in a minute. That just slides just like that underneath the deal, and it'll catch all my sawdust. Then I want to get the sawdust out of it. Pull it right out. Push it right in. It ain't going to fall nowhere. Ha! Ingenious. My idea, by the way. A lot of people hook up vacuum cleaners and all that stuff to it, but I'll just catch it. All right, let's keep going. Well, here's the finished product. All I got to do is unbolt that table saw now off of there and then put it on top of here. And if my measurements are right, it should fit right on there and be smooth sailing. And then here's the bucket I was telling you. Slide that out and get my sawdust out. All the way out, throw it, dump it out, save it, and shove it back in. Let's see. Shove it in. There you go. See? That's how that goes. Hi.
I found my slippers.
Good girl. She found her slippers. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can unbolt that. Don't know if I'm going to attempt to move that onto there by myself or not. That's kind of a two-man job, I think. But I'm going to get it cleaned up and ready to go. That's what I'm going to do now. And all my other stuff will slide right under there. We'll be cleaning up all this stuff here, the top benches. All that stuff will be going underneath. Then, I got to put some cabinets up in there next. Then I'm going to start on my bench. Stay tuned. Well, I got it apart. I got some fine tuning to do, but that's no big deal. Got to just notch out for this and that, but here's the good thing that I was worried about. Okay, I'm cutting a piece of wood here, see? And it's long enough, I don't want it to fall off. So, what's it do? It goes right over that. You see that? Smooth. And that's what I wanted. So we're at the right height. But I think I need some bracing under there. That looks pretty bowed to me. I think I got an idea what I'm going to do. I'm either going to put a 6 by something here and fasten it to that way, or I'm going to put some shelf clamps, shelf deals underneath there. That'll support it also. And I got those over there. So that's what I got to do. And then I got to notch out a little bit for the motor. I knew I would. Just got to notch out, you can't see it, but right down in there, there's a line. I got to notch that out. So I pull that out, notch that out, and we're good to go there. Then I'll put some braces up there, and it's ready to rock and roll. Yeah, and I didn't have any help to put that up there. That was kind of heavy, as you can see by the bowing of the board. So what I'll do is put on I'll jack that up and then put whatever support I need to go in that corner, little jack horner. Matter of fact, I got a big board over here I can cut up for that. I got a big one right there. Look at that big one right there. I'm going to measure that. If it fits, I'm going to cut that on an angle and put it right in there. That'll take care of that. All right, I'm going to do nachos. Yeah, notching. All right, I got company coming today, so I ain't gonna work all day. I already have. I don't know what time it is, but I know it's late. All right, let's get to it. Well, I'm gonna hang up the coat for a little while. I need to take a break. But this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take to build. But I'm happy with it now. It's pretty goddamn sturdy, that's for sure. And I moved it, and you can see all the other space I got. I can move it up another couple feet once I get all this stuff out of here, and give me just enough room here, right here, that I can turn around, work on the bench on the side of it or not. I can push that cart up a little bit further this way. I can push it up another 6 inches. If I take that off, I can push it all the way up to there, which I'll probably take that off of there, because I could use that other places. Then, once I push that up there, we're killing 3 or 4 birds with one stone, because that will not take up any more room than that lift itself laying there on the floor. And we got this up off the ground, and it'll be back up there. That's going to work really good there for cutting lumber and such. And I'll be working on top of that there with lumber, building stuff. Got it all straightened out, got the bow out of the thing. Made it, that's pretty sturdy there. Them pieces are screwed all the way along there. And then I got to organize yet, but I might do that. I might come back out, but I'm going to go rest for a minute. It's been a long day. I have no clue idea what time it is. No clue idea. I have no idea what time it is. That right there, that's probably going in the dumpster. I like the way that turned out. We're going to slap some stain on it. And all these baskets here, that's where the parts for that'll go. They'll go right up in there. Good to go? Well, I might just call that like I said, a done movie for today. And then I'll show you the next one. We'll have it all. We won't have it stained yet, because I'm waiting on that stain to get here. But we'll have all it organized. I'm just going to show you how this table works right now. Set up the tripod and all. I got my pegboard. I didn't get the white stuff because I got it local. I got what they had. Now, hopefully, be a lot easier with 2 people on this big sheet, but we're going to give it a try here. So here comes the noise. We're going to split this down to 2-foot pieces. That's all. I don't need 4 foot tall. I can't reach it anyway. So go. Gotta get on the right side of it. There we go. Got my fence line right there set at 2 foot. Now then, I can see what I'm doing. Little bending. Now I wouldn't have had any problem cutting that except for the cardboard I put on there. It was catching it, so I got a little wowie here. Ain't no big deal. Got a little wowie, I don't know if you can see it right here. Because it caught on the dang protectant I put on there. And that's what we're going to do today. I don't have the rest of the stuff to finish this. So what I'm going to work on the rest of the day is this table underneath. We're going to try to get it stained and prepared so I don't have to run the cardboard on top of it. That's how you rip down a big sheet by yourself. A lot easier with two, but it worked. So stay tuned. Let's get to working on this bench now. And here's the products we're going to use right here on this table. Thanks to Spanky. He brought me over a sander and some new sandpaper. Going to sand it down. Then we put on this pre-stain. I've never heard of that before, but we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the poly shields. What's that say? Poly shades. I can't read through the camera. Can't read anyway. So we're going to put that on later. I think you got to let that dry and stuff. It's not real warm, but we're going to sand this down. I don't know if I'm going to do that part in the stain, or I'll have to see what happens. All these are just hanging there, so I just got to unhang them and stain them. But Spanky got me this. The other day I went over there, I took him a bunch of extra tools I didn't need. I got too many. And he gave me this. That is nice. He's always giving me, he's been a good friend, giving me stuff all the time. So he gave me that, and he gave me a really cool pencil too. Now, this was Spanky's idea. He puts a tape on every corner, because if you guys know anything, every time you go to pick up a tape measure, it ain't where you want it. So we got one there. We got one on that corner, and I'll probably put one on another corner. It won't be as nice as this one. This is dandy. Appreciate that. Anyway, let's get to work on that right there. I probably won't show you that. It's just sanding. There's my tripod. Thank you, Charley Blood.
These committee members are expert in
show you how to do this a little bit.
Review the data and how many people were affected.
Google's talking to me. We'll shut him up. Like I said, I got to plug in over there. I got to plug in everywhere, but this will reach. Now, I already did that side. What you want to do is you want to do it in circles. You want to cover the whole side till it's smooth. Get any like little pencil marks or whatever off. But this is how you do it. It's pretty simple. So, that's pretty smooth enough for me. I got all the marks off of it. Now I'm gonna wipe it down. He said to wipe it down with a damp cloth. So we'll do that. Then we'll let it dry, and then we put on that coat there. But then I can't do no more in here because I don't want any dust on it. I don't know about that stuff there. We'll see. All this, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take this off, so if I do decide to stain it, it'll be ready. Okay, that's how you sand it. Not much to it. This table saw, so I can plug in this side for anything I want to work, plug in that side for anything, and then this is all plugged in also here. So so far the saw's not sagging anymore. As you've seen, it went smooth right over it, except for hitting the cardboard. Well, I wiped it down with a damp cloth. She's got all dust free. Now we're putting on this pre-stain conditioner. I've never used it before, but Spanky gave it to me, so I'm going to give it a try. He's probably using me as a guinea pig. I don't think he's ever used it either. So I'm putting this on there, and we'll see what happens with how that works. I don't know what it does to the wood. I don't know how long. I can't even read the print on the damn thing. It's too small. And I ain't going to go get a magnifying glass. Making the wood look pretty good. I don't know much more than that. It's going to take a while, this little brush, but that's okay. I got more time than I got money. I can't go buy any more material right now. We're going to be going to Twin Falls, which is 40 miles away, I think it is, quite often next week. Happily, I might add. We're going to go Vicky's got a doctor's appointment. If you didn't know, she can't even lift her arm. She looks like a penguin walking around. Poor thing. Been that way for a long time. Been waiting on a doctor's appointment. X-rayed her and everything. She's going to get that, find out what to do on that this week coming up. Today is Saturday. That's all for that. You know how to do that. That ain't nothing. Well, I had to give a magnifying glass out to read this print. Look at this print. Who the heck could read that? I guess I could use this here. Yeah, that works good there. I'm looking for the drying flash point when I can do it, is what I was looking for. But this is what she looks like once she's done. It says don't let it dry before you wipe it clean. Looks like I got a little wet spot right there. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I guess it's you're supposed to put it on and rub it in. Well, we brushed it in instead. But that showed me where my little cut was. Couldn't see that when I was sanding it. But that's what she looks like. Now then, we're going to go over it with the other stuff. As soon as that one little spot dries, and as soon as I can read how long I'm supposed to wait. Guys, oh my gosh, there's so much warning stuff on this stuff you can't even, on anything. You can't read it all. Why put it on there if it's so small a print? Nobody can. So that's it. Let's see what the stain looks like. Well, got that all, the bottom all stained. Oh, I missed a spot right there. I can see right now. But I'm going around checking those spots. But right now I'm doing the top. Wanted to show you the difference before I finish that off. Definitely got a sheen to it. You can see it. Now you want to all go with one brush stroke, back and forth. And you want to make sure you cover up your brush strokes. So I ain't going to give me much time on this video. I'm in a hurry. That's why I can't even talk, because I want to get this matched in there before it even starts to dry. Then I'm going to come back and touch that spot up. Got carried away. All right, there's what she looks like, guys, right there. Well, guys, there it is. Just got to let her dry now. I got a problem. And this is Spanky's brush, and I forgot to buy anything to clean the brushes out with. So, Spanky, you get a new brush. That's going to be it for this little segment, guys. What do you think of my bench? I think it turned out okay. I got some wood to rip, but I don't even think I'm going to touch this till tomorrow. I might take the day off. Today is Saturday. Going to varnish the top of that tonight and let her dry overnight, or this afternoon and let her dry till tomorrow morning or till whenever it's dry. I think that's pretty obvious. That's just the first coat. I'll probably go over it again. But there it is. Now you want to use the same product, same manufacturer as you used on everything else, which I did. Fast drying, it says. So I will go over this, let this sit overnight maybe. I'll see what the flash point is. And but I wanted to show you this. You see the little hole? And the little hole? I put that in my cans so if you get some paint in your lip here, it'll go over and drain out them little holes down in there, so you ain't got it pouring all over everything. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. Another little minute clip of just working around this new house. Well, that is definitely shiny. You can see the reflection even of the motorcycle there. I'm going to let this dry overnight, I think. See what it looks like in the morning. And I just wanted to show you that I'm wrapping up my brush rather than cleaning it out and contaminating it with the cleaners right now. You want to get a good brush. You want to get one that's made for varnishes. And this one's about, $13, $14, something like that. You want to get a good one. It's got to be natural hair. I don't know whose hair that is. That's what they tell me. Now when you're putting this back together, the lid back on here, You just want to be careful. I have no stuff in there because I had little holes on it. But you just want to take your little rubber hammer and just tap it on. That's pretty hard to do when you're looking through the camera. You don't want to have to hit that so hard that you're... oops, got some right there. I got to get that cleaned up. That came off of my stirring stick. How dare you, stirring stick. You don't want to hit that so hard that you dent the can. If you have to bang that down there with a big old sledgehammer, well, something's wrong. So there's another little tip for you guys. Usually pick you up a little bitty old tapping hammer. They come in very handy. Try doing that watching through your phone, guys. See if you can do that. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna let this dry overnight. I'm gonna get a rag, dust-free. I'm not coming back in here to stir up any dust. We're just gonna let that sit there and dry. See what she looks like. So, another 2 minutes, a little sketch for you. Well, good morning, guys. It dried overnight, and it was not shiny. It wasn't, excuse me, it was in places. But it says it may take 3 coats. So what I've done is I've sanded it down with 220 grit sandpaper a little bit. Excuse me. You want to sand it all in one direction with the grain. I sanded that lightly. Now I'm going to give it another coat. I'm going to let that dry all day, probably this evening. I'll sand it and give it another coat. But I'll let you know what we do. On we go. Hey guys, I'm going to pat my back on this. Nobody else pat my back, but look at that. Woo, third coat. I think third coat was it. That's looking pretty doggone good. So that'll dry out tomorrow by tonight. Tomorrow morning it'll be dry. I don't do much in here when that's drying naturally. I don't want no dust. Believe it or not, I've still got gas in my torches. I was able to heat this piece of metal up and bend it. I'll show you where it's going to go in a minute. That was awesome. I figured, you know, that's been sitting for 4 years at least, 4 years, and nobody used the gas out of it. That's awesome. Well, what I've done here is I took the piece, this is the metal I made, bracket. That's going to be a heck of a bracket, huh? Well, I ground the corners off, because at my age, I touch something, I get cut. Now I'm taking this with sander here, and I'm making it even smoother. And I ain't going to get cut on that. Now we're going to take it over to the noisy thing. Take it over here, and I'm going to drill a hole in it. Not with that bit. That's the wood bit. So we got to drill a hole here. We got to drill about 4 holes in here to hold this on. I'll show you how this is going to go. I guess I could let go, but now it's probably cooled off. But that's going to go right here. And then that dowel down there will stick through it. It'll go like that. There we go. Well, so far so good. Bracket worked great. And it's below. I shouldn't be getting hit on the thing, shouldn't. But here comes the music. Seems like I'm using damn near every tool in the shed, huh? Well, what do you think? I know I've said well a lot. I've got to quit that. So instead of that, I'm going to say, ta-da, what do you think? What's going to happen is the paper will come up through here, come over, and then I'll just tape it wherever I need there, or lay something on it, but it'll cover the table from paint spills and such. Also, right now it's pushed all the way over there. You can see that this right here, I'm going to put a stop here that will hold it over that way, I think. May not need that stop, but that way I can move it over here if I want to work on this side or that side. Because this is as wide as I could get was 36 inches. And everything else you're working with is 4 foot, like this dowel. Thank you, Mrs. Rathbun for helping me pick out the proper size dowel. I was going to go one size bigger, which would have made everything harder because I would have had to drill the holes bigger. It would have fit snugly on there, and I probably couldn't have got it to turn. But right now, she turns okay. And we're going to give it a try as soon as I figure out if I want to do that. But I've also got to put some locks on each end here. I don't know if I got anything fancy that I can put on there. That'd be nice if I did. So that is what I'm using to lock my dowel in place. And I've decided to go ahead and put a spacer on there that I can move out of the way if I want. I'm just going to use this hole saw, cut me a little spacer, then cut a hole in it, slide it over, then probably drop another bolt through there to hold it over there nice and snugly so it doesn't just wander around like so. Then I can just pull the bolt out. It'll be okay. Pull the bolt out, I can slide it over here if I need be. Otherwise, I got a place to do curls, lift this bench up. So let's go put that in there, make me a wheel. Well, it's quitting time for me in the old shop. I don't work all day, and it's getting close to 1. I get up early and I do it. Okay, this is done anyway. And this is how it's going to work. Where you need a piece of paper up here, you just grab this here, pull this up, and then wrap it there. You can't do it with one hand. But anyway, let me try to pull that up a bit. You got to use both hands. There we go. That's how it'll work. 'Cause I don't want to rip it. It will rip easily. And so I didn't want to rip it. So that's how it works. Then you pull that up there, and then I can just put a piece of tape on it down here, up there somewhere as far as I need it. That's how she works. And that's it. We did put a little spacer there to hold it that way. All I got to do is pull that bolt out, and I can adjust that anywhere I wanted to. Tools are done. I'm going to put them up. Ended up using a lot of tools. It's good to have a lot of tools, and you don't have to make do. But I got some projects here I want to show you right here. I'm going to zoom this in on this right here. Now then, what this is this is the back to a dust catcher I'm putting under here. Now I can't build a box and then shove it under there because I got a 6-inch lip all the way around the top of the table here. So I got to build it underneath there. So this should help me. I'm going to slide, I got the walls in there, I'll show you those. Slide this back in there, and then I should be able to glue it, and then put some screws into it to hold it together. And this will keep it from flip-flopping around, and hopefully that'll work. So I can move it around once I get done. So that's the project, one of the projects I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the walls on that thing right now. All right over here. The box, I can either use it to go around this if I want to, where that will fit if the bucket works. We're going to try that out in just a second to see if my new design makes it work a little better. But we can put the box around there to keep the dust off of it, or we can move it, because I'm going to build another one anyway. If I don't use it there, I'm going to build one. There's the sides. Now this will just clip right in there. I may even take a video of it. I think I'll just wait till I get it together and show you. That'll turn around that way. I'm zoomed in too much. There we go. We're going to turn this box around and stick it over that motor there to keep the dust out from underneath here if I can't use it over there. That makes sense to you. And if I can use it over there, then I'm going to build another one right here to keep the dust going that way, because everything under here is just covered in dust. So I'm going to get busy on that right now. Okay guys, you remember when I built this table? I told you that table under there was going to come into an asset. We could lift this up and down. Well, I'm going to be working under here. I don't want to be laying down there to try to do it. So let's throw some air in the table and see if it does what I think it's supposed to do. By golly, looks like she lifted her up just to the right working station. And it's sturdy as my motorcycle sitting on there. So I'm going to put down the safety. Safety first, wherever my safety is. Where's my safety? There it is. Safety down there, we're going to lock it down. And she's locked. Unhook the hose so I don't trip over that. Anyway, it works. All right, now I'm going to get on to putting that other thing on over there I told you about. I'm just going to film this in segments. I don't want to film the whole thing and then high speed it. But I'm going to show you this part right here. What we got going on there is I got two clamps. Here and here. And that's going to squeeze this thing together when I drop this piece down in there. This will go in there like that. And it'll go up like this is what it'll do. And it'll go in there, and then I'll squeeze it together. But I haven't got this prepared yet. I'm going to do that right now. And what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to put some glue there and there, and then I'll put some screws in. You don't need to watch that. You've seen screws before. Whoop, whoop. Okay, you can see, I ain't going to be in the picture, just my hands. You can see what we've done. We clamped that together, then we put a screw in each side, okay? Now then I can put the screws in the bottom and in the top here. And then we got a box, and I can move it around underneath there. I got a brace right here, so we got to be careful. I can only move it so far, but I'm sure I can move it good enough. So I'm going to finish that up now. Well, let's back this up. Here's what we're doing now. Cut the hole out for that to go up through. But as you can see, I can't get it under there. So I got to jack this up. Right there, jack it up. Slide this underneath it, then see if it'll fit through the hole. That's all I got to do. And then if it fits through the hole, I think I'm going to be done. I don't know if I'm going to put it in there or not, because I haven't decided that. But at least it's ready. And then I'm just going to cut me another little piece of board to go over and fill this hole in so I can still use it. But I'm going to get it all set up just in case I decide to do that down the road. So let's see how that works. Well, I got it jacked up so we can slide that under there, as you can see. But I want to show you something. Safety first. That thing's heavy and it's on wheels. It will fall on my noggin. So I put some jack stands under that thing, pulled the jack out from under it, and it ain't going nowhere now. So let's safety first. I'm going to give that a try now, see how it works. All right, it's set up. Okay, the hole's cut. I guess you can see that. This has to go in sections. Has to go in, the first part will go in, set up there, then the next part will go underneath it, and it'll all clip together. So let me show you how this part will do. I got to tear that apart, take some things off of it, you know, the little tray that holds all the stuff. I got to take them handles off to make that fit up in there. I'm not taking them off right now. Like I said, this is just in case I decide to go this way. I've been thinking about it, so I wanted to get it ready just in case. But this is how this goes in here. Oh, got it backwards. All right, this just flies right up in here like this, and then I turn that, and it will hold up in there because the other edges are higher, so it'll hold it up in there. And then the next, that piece, the bucket, this piece right here, will go up underneath that and clip in, and then it'll hold it up high enough so nothing hits. But these are the things I got to take off if I do that way. I'm just getting it, like I said, getting it ready just in case. It's going to fit. Everything's right. I got to make some, I got to fasten these. Also got to make some little spacers to lift that up a little higher. I got them right there. I'm going to make those, put them in, and I guess that'll be it. Then I'll just decide what I want to do. But that'll keep this dust, this is going to be dust free in here from that. Then I'm also going to put a little board here. I'm going to seal all that off in there for the saw. That's what I'm going to do today though, is this part. So, onward I go. Well, that's done. All but the cleaning up. Now, what I'm going to do is cut me a board out that'll go right into there, okay? Just in case I don't use that hole. But if I use the hole, it's ready. Here's the blocks I was telling you about that'll lift that thing up in there perfectly to the right height. So I got my clearance underneath. But that's all I'm going to do on the wood today. I got to do some cutting and welding on that thing. And so I'm going to move this out of the way, and that's all I'm going to do. But that's the end of this today. It's done. What I'm doing now is I'm blocking off that area all in there. There's one of the boards there. I'll be finishing that maybe later today. That's going to go in there and on this side and block it all the way over to there. Then I got to make one on the other side coming this way. So then I'll put a hole in it, and I can hook the vacuum up to it and maybe save some dust there. Vicky hates dust. It's a switch, so that when I turn on any saw that's hooked up into that side, the cream colored extension, it's plugged, the saw is plugged in up there, the vacuum cleaner is plugged into that other one there, and when I turn this on, that will turn that on. Oh, okay, I'll give you an example. I'm just going to fire it up. And that sucks the sawdust while I'm cutting. And then it continues to run for just a little bit. And then it shuts off. So I'm going to get cutting out some stuff, put some stuff. I got to jack this thing back up because I'm going to be working under the baffles and stuff under there trying to seal that off. So I just wanted to show you that part. I think that's going to work okay. I'm going to build two more at least. One, an air filter system, and probably at least that one. And then maybe another one of those to hook up to the other vacuum cleaner. We'll see. Stay tuned. Well, Ziggy's playing me some music. Hey, got a few seconds. That's what we put in this side. That's how we did it. Cut a hole, put it in there. You'll see where that goes. Well, I got my three-legged assistant helping me today. Hey, I'm going to show you how this goes together. You see them little cleats way back there? See if I can see it. Yeah, way back there, there's some little cleats. Well, this board slides into that board, like so. Then this board here comes up, goes in here. Everything's got to be put together underneath here. So, and I want it to be able to take it apart if I need be. That board goes like that. Can you see that? Yeah. Then this one fastens to that board. There we got a box. That's the other box we already built. Now then you come up here and, okay, now we got this box here. This piece is going to screw in right here. That box is in the whole unit from underneath the table. Now we're going to go to the other side, finish it off, and we still got some work to do under here. That's why nothing's put together yet. You see there's a gap right under, if you can see it. There you go. That gap right there. We got to fill that in yet. We're going to do that right now. I'll show you a little more. That's all. Is it airtight? No. But is it done? Yes. It will not. It ain't vacuum tight. That's for damn sure. I got little holes here and there, but and that piece is just sitting up there. If you can see that, that's just floating. I didn't want to screw it down. I put screws in it to keep it from sliding side to side. But she's boxed in all the way around. That's what I want to do, is try to keep the sawdust going down into the bucket or into the vacuum. That's going to be the next thing. So this is all boxed in there, except for underneath where I don't need it. The thing I'm going to do next is I got to get another piece of pipe. I ordered or I asked for 5 foot, and when I got home it was only 3 foot, so I was short some. I'm going to put a piece of pipe there to there, then an elbow, and then I can come over here and I can hook on the vacuum cleaner with that little fancy doohickey I got, and it will be able to, I'll turn it on when the saw goes on, and it'll help, it'll help. That's it for today. I got another. Matter of fact, I'm going to do another little thing on here. I'm going to move, I'll show you what I'm going to do after that. I show you this part. All this now, that's nice and secure up in, I think it's nice and secure up in there. Touched it, about fell off. All right, you know all about this. That's where the vacuum cleaner will go. Now all of this, they're all tied into one spot. Let me see if I can show you that from over. Let's see, where's it at? Yeah, over on that side is the easiest way. Now we got one cord coming in, and this comes off. It just clips into there, so I can take it and move it and slide the table. I can either which way, whatever I want to do, I can do. But let's see if we can show you this under here. What I did is I got this extension cord. I was going to build a junction box, and then I thought, well, I only need 3, and so I got this 3-way little extension cord. You can see it there. And so we got all 3 of the circuit breakers hook into that. So and then this also goes over to a GFI on that side. So we're good to go over there. That's done. I got to figure out my piping yet for the dust catcher. I don't know if I'm going to run it straight out this way, which I'm going to do right now because I don't have the pipe. Then I'll just plug the vacuum cleaner in there when I'm working. Or if I'm going to bend it over and come over here next to where the vacuum cleaner is. I think that's what I'll do. But I got to get more material. I wanted to show you this real quickly. How I jack this table up, it ain't even. I got things underneath there, so I had to put some boards in here. Okay? So to put the boards in there, front and back, so it can kind of keep it even when I jack it up. You can see how much sawdust that bucket just under here catches, because I haven't been able to put the bucket under there, it won't fit. I found that out. I already crushed one bucket. So I got a new bucket. So I'm going to let that down. I'm going to put all the tools back under it and let that down. You remember I've been griping about not having a plug-in up here? Where they're supposed to put one right there? Well, I crawled up in there the other day. We had a furnace problem. The furnace guys come over and fixed it. It was a freebie because it was their fault. And I crawled up the ladder up here. Hang on there, guys. Went through the hole and I looked in the ladder and I was able to see where that was. So I tore that apart today, and I'm just going to put a plug in right over there next to it. And then I'm going to run a wire down, the plug in, this one right down here. Then I'm going to plug this light in. This will all go up there. I don't need much wire. I'm only going, we've seen how far, what, less than a foot, 6 inches, 12 inches, in between 12 and 6 inches. So then we're going to plug that in. Then I'm going to take this. This will be plugged in up there. And then I'm going to mount it right there so I got a nice bright light here. Then I'll also have a plug-in up there. So that's what we're going to do today. Hang in here, guys. I think the first thing I can do is open this up. It's LED. I wanted lights. It's supposed to last 5 years. It's okay. It might last longer than that if I don't turn the lights on. Let's get on to that one there, guys. Let's get her done. Well, I got lucky. I thought I had to assemble all this stuff, put wires on it. No, all I got to do is fasten this dude up there. There's your little LED lights. It'll be bright enough for here. As you can see, it's going to fit. Should fit right from there to there. Supposedly. Uh-huh. We'll find out in a minute. Stay tuned. I'm gonna get on it. Yeah, I like that. Oh, hey, you guys want to test it out? Let's see how she works. Hang in here with me, guys. I got the plug in right here. We'll just see how bright that thing is. Hang on, I gotta shut the camera off so I can unwrap stuff. Well, just plugged it right in here. Now, then all we gotta do, I'll have this turned on all the time, probably. I don't know, I do whatever I want, it's mine. But let's see how bright it is. Okay. You see, that's pulling juice out of my vacuum cleaner over there, making my vacuum come on. That'll work. See how bright it is up there. I can't wait to get that thing installed. Let's turn off the vacuum cleaner. Watch this. Yeah, that'll be good. It's black too. No, it ain't black. It shows black. It ain't black. Great. Who cares? And that's how the vacuum cleaner works also. Now we're going to get in on it. Cut a hole. Yep. Well, we decided to do this the next day, as you can see by the deal. Before this, the clip, the thing that said next day. That's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do, here's the tools we're using. Not much. I'm gonna high speed this part. I got the GoPro hanging up in there. We're gonna high speed it. I'm gonna show you everything except for hooking them wires up because I'm not an electrician. I'm not gonna show you how to do that, but I'm just gonna hook black to black, white to white, green to green. That's all I'm gonna do. But I'm not gonna show you that part. I'm gonna show you, we'll trace out that, cut the hole, drop the wires, stuff like that. Okay, let's get her going now. Had to turn the lights off because, you know, it's electrical. You know, you could take a measuring stick and measure that, or you could just eyeball it and then draw a little square around the unit you're going to use. Now, I drilled a couple holes to make sure I wasn't hitting anything, and I wasn't. Got this handy little saw out, cut the hole. Now then, you just slide that up in there. Had to move it a little bit, which was good. And it fit up in there. But you don't want to put that up in there yet. You want to go grab your wire, run it from one outlet over to the other outlet. Like I said, I only needed probably a foot. It's about a foot apart, but I used 3 feet because I wanted it to be easy. Now I already stripped that one end that's hanging into the light socket. Now I shove that up in there. You run these little wires back through the back of your wiring boxes, and then you strip off the wire, the outer casing, then you strip off each end. Now on your plug in there, one side says white, I couldn't read it, and then so you put your white wire in there, your ground wires, your copper wire, it goes to the green one, and then you just put the black one where's left over. Then you slide it up in there. Always put your faceplate on it, guys. Now then, this part right here, I ain't gonna tell you. Like I said, I just put black to black, white to white, and ground to ground. That's all you do there. Yeah, you can use wire nuts for that. If you don't know what a wire nut is, you shouldn't go any further than just maybe cutting a hole. Well, it worked. You see me turn it on and off. I did a little testing with it. And plug that, put that back up in there. Tried the testing again, make sure I didn't knock a wire off. And then, yeah, she works. Okay, now then we're hooking up the light fixture itself. And put you down here so you can see that. That was pretty simple. I just drilled a couple holes through the light fixture and then drilled them into the wood supports up on top, and there you go. That's done. Now I'm just wire tying it. So, there you go. All right, you got to see that in fast motion. I might even blur out that last piece because I don't want you guys seeing how to wire that stuff because I'm not an electrician. I don't want to advise people on how to do stuff and then they get hurt. But here's what she looks like up here. I tied that off, and I want to tell you something. If you got a wire tie and you use it, it ain't done till you clip off that little end. hanging out there like that. Yeah, it just ain't cool. But there you go. And then we can turn it on and off here. And that's pretty dang bright. Pretty dang bright. That'll work good. I ended up using more tools than I thought I was going to use. But that's okay. There they are. That's the ones I used. Let's go over here and we're going to turn off the light. And it should go off with the other one. Let's see. Well, by golly, she did. I'm impressed with myself. I think that'll be the end of this video right here. We got another project coming. It sounds like Robert's bringing me a whole bunch more wood, so we got to figure out a place to put that. So hang in here. Hope you enjoyed this little project. I don't know how long this is. This may be the end of this clip, the whole video, or it might be just the end of this clip. Whatever it is, we're out of here. See you later. I had to change glasses, by the way. I can't see with the other glasses. Good thing we're headed to Mexico to buy new ones. Oh, I got tilted. I'm trying to turn you off over here and look at you over here. If you guys watched that whole hour-long video, I'm proud of you. Lots of things I didn't show you in that video. I didn't show you how to build that. It is in another video on my channel. Didn't show you how to build that big sucker up there. Now, that is pretty awesome. Let me show you how that works. Ziggy, turn on the big sucker. That's how that works. And it is working. All it is a furnace filter with a box and a box fan. And you can see how dirty that is. That's supposed to be white. That picks up all the sand, sanding dust, or any dust, and pulls it right through there. Ziggy, turn off the big sucker. There you go. Lots of things I didn't show you in this video, like I've said. But let me show you them little things right there. They're just screwed into the joists up there. And they're just little hooks. And yeah, they screw in there. They won't hold a lot of weight, but none of this weighs a lot. I got 6 of them on that one, holding that wood, and that's as much wood as I want to put on it. So there's lots of things you can see how we built stuff in here on my channel here. There's the shelves, and we took old furniture, pulled the drawers out, made stuff there. Yeah, we've just made it the way I wanted. So thanks for watching my channel here, and thanks for taking time to watch this long video.